Okay, guess what time it is? It is time to pack because Fine goes on the next adventure. And finally, after a month of going through emotional cycles in my head and struggles and frustration and anger and sadness and excitement all the same at the same time, I finally feel this part of me that just wants to go on adventures is present, is there, take a step, and is so happy that's happening now again. And it's unbelievable to feel the love and support I have from so many people, mostly my family, like really shout out to my family. It's so amazing what I'm allowed to experience, and sometimes I just cannot really even grab it because I cannot describe it to you in words. You can maybe just experience it and feel it a bit while I'm taking you on my journey. But this feels like wherever I'm going, I'm home all the time because I find home inside myself more and more, and I experience myself as everything. Like I'm just walking a map inside myself while I'm going to Portugal or flying somewhere else, whatever. And it's so amazing how many beautiful people and beings and places I can see, and it's all a map inside myself. This is something that I'm experiencing more and more. I'm just experiencing the world inside myself while I'm traveling and going on adventures, and this is really something that's bring the fire to burn again in me, because I love adventures. And I'm so happy now to pack my stuff and to go, and I'm grateful that I finally feel like this whole emotional package is just dropping and there's only love and excitement for this adventure left. So thank you, God, for blessing me so much with my family, with the opportunities that I have. And I think also really big thank you to myself, because I'm creating this life. And I'm just happy that I can take you with me in this kind of way to show you what's possible. And I feel like I'm coming out of the next cycle, and we all know how beautiful that feels and how much we can then have appreciation and gratitude for all the things we have felt in the cycle, where we were sometimes like, why do I have to go through this again? Why do I feel like this? And now I'm at this point again where I understand, and it really feels like a new chapter. And obviously this new chapter will hold a lot of new challenges, but right now what I'm just feeling is this gratitude that I can do this, and I feel so free, at the same time so safe. And I'm thankful for everybody out there who is appreciating me, welcoming me with warm hearts, and making me feel I belong, and giving me the opportunities I have to go to all these adventures. I hope it's okay with the music in the background, because it's getting me in the mood. And now we get my suitcase, and then I will pack. Good morning. Everybody's still sleeping. It's 5:30 or something like this. And I think I can talk in my normal voice, just being quiet. It's nice when I'm sleeping here downstairs. I'm always waking up naturally very early, and I love that. And today is my day where I'm flying, and it's super interesting because yesterday I didn't felt any kind of how you said, like being nervous or something. I was kind of really present the whole time, and I like that, because otherwise I'm all the time, or not otherwise, because like this kind of way of going with traveling developed over the last years. But a few years ago, I would be so nervous, like, oh, I'm going. First of all, I'm traveling on my own, and I don't know how things are working, and what I'm supposed to do, and I'm out of control, so I don't know what, when something comes to me, how to handle it, And then I'm going to a different place, how will be, like, what's going to happen? And now I'm just present with the day and what is still there and can enjoy it, because if I have this like, yeah, I don't know how you say it differently, but when I'm being nervous, I'm like all the time there already with my thoughts, and I cannot enjoy the last days. But this time it was really different, and I'm so grateful for that. Now that the day has come, I can feel the excitement. And I think it will be so nice again to be in Portugal. And I said that already in the last video before this. I'm so grateful now that this whole cycle of emotions I felt about going or not going has kind of dropped now, and I can just feel free and light. And now I made the right decision. And what I'm doing now is I'm letting go of any kind of control I still want, and just surrender to whatever is happening. So what normally happens now is that in my mind there come up different images, different films of how things are going. Before I would always judge myself for specific things, because I have an idea, I want to go now to Portugal, but maybe life wants something different. So one film that was going in my head was now, because everybody who was in Germany or comes from Germany knows that okay, there was some movement on the farm on this time. Anyway, that the trains are not so trustworthy when it's about time. And the last time I almost came too late for my flight. So one of these films is like I'm missing my flight. And like I said before, I would always judge myself and would like try to push this film and these thoughts away. But now I'm kind of aware that these are just my mind, my unconsciousness processing things, and that it's okay that this film is going through my head, as long as I'm staying aware that there are other options. And with that, I'm focusing my intention and my energy on that what I wish from my heart, which is like everything goes smooth and really easy, and I will feel comfortable and excited, and I can stay heart open, because when I'm traveling, and there are a lot of people, so I also often like really go inwards and shut myself down a bit. It's just because it feels sometimes a bit uncomfortable to stay open with my field when there's so many different energies moving around, which sometimes do not feel that nice. But yeah, like really focusing my intention of what my heart wants, and then letting go of control. I said to God what I want, what I wish for, But at the end, life itself, God itself, is deciding what is meant for me, and the more I'm trusting in that, the nicer the experience, the more comfortable it will feel in my body. And this is how I'm going, and until now it always, went as it was meant to be. Like last time, I did it the same way, and the traveling until the flight was quite challenging because my train was deleted, and then it was cancelled, say it like this, and then I needed to take a slower train. Needed to take slower trains. The other one would like go directly to the airport. Then I needed to change like 2 or 3 times, and even these trains then are going slower, and they had also some delayed time. So, and it didn't came as I was wishing that it would go smooth, but my feelings were as I was wished for. I was like just trusting. I was calm. I wasn't nervous. I was trusting I would get this flight, and I got there in time at the end. So it's not always how we visualize it directly in our mind, but most of the time it still comes as we have wished, but in a different way. Yeah. And of course there's also being a bit nervous of traveling always, but I feel much more comfortable in my body, in my home I'm carrying with me all the time. And what I can say, what feels really nice is also, it just feels like I'm going from the feeling, like it's like I'm stepping on my bicycle and driving for a few minutes to a friend or a grandmother or something like this, and it feels so homely coming there to Portugal. It's really this feeling of like I'm just going to a close friend living nearby, and it's very interesting, and it's connected to the feeling I described before with feeling so at home wherever I'm going. And obviously I like to say it also often that there are levels to everything. And it's a never-ending story, as with self-love or with feeling that I belong somewhere, or trusting myself, or feeling at home in myself. There are obviously all the times still challenges. I'm not that enlightened being staying here and can say all these things without ever having to experience any kind of challenges in life again. But when we become more aware, we can look at our path we have went so far, and we can see how much we developed. And for that, there are layers to me, and I'm much higher than I was a few years ago. Like if I am imagining the Fine, let's say, I have to think how old I am now. So I'm 24. Maybe 8 years ago. Oh, that's so long. That's crazy. I was 16. But in this time, I was so challenged by life to even go on my own on a train for 5-6 hours to my sister who lived in the south of Germany. And I think I would have never done it if my school would not have this challenge week where we should challenge ourselves. So we should look at ourselves, okay, what are my biggest challenges at the moment? And then am I ready to face them? And in this week, I decided to go to my sister, to travel along on my own, and to read, I think, 2 books in English, because at this time, I kind of could not speak English at all. I had so much anxiety developed over the years since I went to middle school. And if you see that now, my 2 biggest challenges at that time, 8 years ago, it feels like they're kind of gone, I needed to speak English when I was in Portugal or when I was in Thailand. And then suddenly, all the words like came out of me, and I started to make sentences. And obviously, at the beginning, it was a little bit I don't know how to say it. Like very, 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 very easy English. And also with the traveling, it kind of developed, and life just pushed me into it. And now it has changed a lot. And it's nice. If you want to grow, then always become aware about your challenges and face them. And then if you look back a few years, you're like, wow, I have been growing so much, because with these challenges, we're going out of our comfort zones. And in these comfort zones, we can remember and meet new parts of ourselves. Because in our comfort zones, we know who we are, and we're always kind of playing the same role. And if you're going into or if we're going out of comfort zones into new challenges, we get mirrored by different things, and then we understand more parts of ourselves. So we're basically just expanding our we're expanding our remembrance, our consciousness, our awareness. I think by going by going out of comfort zones, we bringing more parts of our unconscious mind into our conscious mind. And that's maybe similar to the enlightened way, if you want to say. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing now. But I still have, I think, almost 2 hours until we go with the bus to the train station, and then I will say goodbye to my family. And I think this is also something that I will then process, because I haven't felt anything of it yet. But 2 weeks ago or something like this, I was looking back at myself and was seeing how much I have changed. Because the first time I went to Portugal, it felt so different. There, I just needed to go, and I did not care what anybody. I kind of not left, but like I was just leaving without really saying an intense goodbye to anybody. And this time, I feel so connected again to this place where I grew up, and like feel connected to the land, to the animals, and especially to my family. And it feels so different now to kind of go. I don't want to say leaving, so yeah. And I think that will maybe, hopefully already I will be able to feel that when I'm in the train or something. I will put me on some music, but it can also be that it comes in a few days or something, or maybe not at all. Let's see, but I'm kind of prepared for it. And it's actually also really nice for me to feel that it feels good in the body. It's a warm feeling. I just want myself to have a safe place to feel it. Yeah, okay. Bye. And it's, by the way, the 18th of May.